What's up, guys, and welcome to the stream. My name is Deryck Pelegrini, and I will be streaming here every Thursday on the Pixologic channel. I guess we have some return. All right, now I think we're good. So, first of all, I would like to know if you guys can hear me good and know if my video is okay. You guys can give my thumbs up on the chat. All right. So, how this is going to work? This is going to be like this is not going to be like a tutorial. This is going to be much more like a ride along where I'm going to do my thing in here, and I will encourage you guys to do your own thing in there if you guys want. The best way to learn is to mess around with the software and try things with it. So teaser film a few days ago, and I'm gonna show you to you guys so you guys can have an idea of what we are going to work on. Let me put in here. All right. So this is the short that I'm like a teaser film that I did a few days ago, and I'm gonna try to Okay, so I have a question here. I'm from Brazil. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil, and I'm doing 3D for almost 15 years now. So yeah, I have like this sketch in here and some reference board to show you guys what are we going to working on. So yeah, the idea is to create some kind of robot or droid, something like this. I'm going to follow this reference. This is a little sketch that I did to try to get the idea out. So yeah, let's dive right into ZBrush. So yeah, I think we can start with this. There's a sphere in here. Thing that I'm going to try to do in here is to create like a 3D concept right now. And my idea is to go from like the sketch to the final model using ZBrush, like using ZModeler and stuff like that. But today I think that my goal is going to be to find like a good silhouette for the character and, you know, try to see how this is going to turn out. To be a creator, is necessary to be a good drawer? Well, yeah, I don't think so, but I think you have to understand pretty well the concept that you are trying to reproduce in 3D, you know? So I don't think you actually need to be good at drawing, no, but your interpretation must be good. You must be able to see like a concept and translate that for 3D like in a good way or in the best way possible. I think that's necessary. I'm going to insert some other base mesh in here to help me to find the block of the character. Can be like pretty simple at the beginning. No need to be on a hurry to create something, too complex. What's up, Everton? Hi, Diego. Yeah, let's work together. I will be happy to show you guys a little bit of my process. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep inserting like this face mesh in here and try to create some kind of silhouette of the character, like pretty simple. I have with me like, in my second monitor in here like my reference, so I'm constantly looking at my reference to work, even on this block phase. I mean, especially on this block phase. Yeah, I did some class and I not did like any graduation here in Brazil. We don't. I think now we have some kind of schools that do this kind of thing here. But when I started studying 3D, we didn't have like any university for this kind of subject. So most of the things that I learned from the internet and from some workshops that I did. Yeah, I don't think that we have even today. I don't think that we have like a lot of schools in here. So I'm gonna try to construct like this human figurine to be the base. And try to create the silhouette that I want. No, I could use like a base mesh for that, but I think I want to play around a little bit with ZBrush and try some different things. And after a while, we can start to use the new brush, the new mask brush to create some panels and stuff like this. So bear with me. Now I just need like a stick figurine to put my mesh. Yeah, something like this. Right. So I just increased my dynamic brush size in here so I can have like a bigger brush to take bigger areas of my model. And on my mind, this character has kind of big legs. It's going to be like a hunter droid or something like this. But I'm pretty focused on create like nice, nice runner legs for the character. Again, this is just the beginning phase. And I'm also thinking about have like those prostheses, something like something like this that for the leg. Yeah, I'm gonna think about the design. But I want to have a nice silhouette from the beginning. There is a hotkey to insert a mesh. You mean like when I do like this insert in here? Is that you mean like when I put insert and when I insert like a mesh like this? Yeah. So to be honest, I don't know if there is a shortcut for that, but maybe you can create one. I am pretty comfortable with this menu in here where I can like just insert and append the the tools. I think super practical, but I think you can maybe create a shortcut for that. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look and I can answer you back maybe on the next stream. I'm gonna keep your question. All right. Yeah, just trying to find a nice silhouette in here. I just move a little bit without like using the symmetry. So I'm just gonna use the mirror and weld function. And now I have the symmetry back on. So yeah, I don't know exactly how I'm going to resolve the fit, but here in my reference, you can see that I have this reference from Metal Gear Solid, and I really enjoy the way that design is happening here, and I'm gonna try something like that. You know, let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's also important to save the job, right? I'm gonna save my work in here pretty quickly. All right. My model is saved now, so I can keep insert my meshes. So after I have like a nice design done, I'm gonna rebuild every piece like in the best way possible. I'm gonna use a lot of ZBrush and ZModeler to create the parts, the hard surface parts. So it's going to be cool. So it's going to be like everything from scratch. Yeah. So this character is going to be hunting the main character. I think I have it here. I can show you guys that. So this droid are going to be like hunting this little felon here, and he's kind of human. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to make this character more. I want him to look kind of bad. Yeah, it's going to be something like this. Now I think like the feet is too big, so I'm gonna need to scale down a little bit. Yeah. It's going to be something like this. And then after I find like a good design, I'm going to come and lay down some muscles, like cyber muscles, to give a nice form. And now it's just about the design. Hi, Silas. Thank you, man. Hello, Milton. How are you, man? Nice to see you here. Acabando essa pandemia aí, falar, marcar com o Felipe aí pra gente tomar uma cerveja. So, yeah, let's work a little bit on on his arms, right? Tá marcado. Yeah, I just lost my toolbar in here. Let me fix that. Okay. Yeah, now we're good. Hi, Alex. How are you, my friend? Sir Alex. Good to see you here. So, yeah. Let's insert like, you can use like a cub for this one. Let's use this cub to kind of have the silhouette of the arm. Yeah. I know it looks pretty rough right now, but I think it's going to be looking good in a while. Yuri Garcia. Hi, George. Yeah, I'm from Brazil. Hello, Yuri. Para fazer roupa mais colada de super-herói, I I think that for you to do like a great cloth for superhero, the thing is you have to be like you have to construct a good anatomy because that is what going to define the you know the shape of the cloth. So my tip is that if you want to create like a good cloth for a character like Deadpool, the anatomy must be on point. And after that, I think it's kind of easy for you to just do some sculpt and create like good colon cloth. But yeah, I think the anatomy is the most important part, you know. So yeah, try to work on the anatomy to create better cloth for like superheroes. I think it's going to be easier that way. We can maybe do something like that on another live stream, and I can show you guys what I mean. All right? You're welcome. Fala, Jeremias. E aí, cara? Valeu, brother. I think we can work on that and maybe do parts of the live in Portuguese. If you have like any question, you can send me in Portuguese and I will answer you. Se você tiver alguma pergunta aí para fazer, pode mandar em português mesmo também, que eu respondo em português, em inglês, o que der, o que eu entender aí, eu vou tentar ajudar. So, yeah. I want him to have like these big shoulders. So I'm gonna insert like this sphere in here to kind of represent that. I'm gonna mirror. And I'm gonna give like a little bit of the shoulder form in here just to have a nicer silhouette. Remember that the shoulder goes all the way to the chest like this. Yeah. Let me save the work again. Valeu, Jeremias. Hi, George Wesley. Yeah, I do have an art station. You can look for Deryck.art and you will find me. You can also find me on Instagram, Deryck.art. You can send me messages in there, tag me, and we can talk about art. So yeah, I think we have like this nice shoulder in here. Let's put some shoulder blades. I'm gonna insert this too. I really starting to enjoy the silhouette in here. If you guys look at this silhouette, I think it's looking good. And that's the most important part for me right now, you know. I want the silhouette to look good because the teaser that I'm the short film that I'm working is kind of dark and very low lights. So when some backlight happen, I want that silhouette to be, you know, clear, and I want I want you to recognize the character just by the silhouette. So that's one of my goals in here, to create a strong silhouette for the character. And I'm not doing this like from my head. I have like some sketch that I did, and I'm using a bunch of reference of work that I like. So yeah, let's put a little bit of a back plate for him. Thank you, Jeremias. Oh, sorry. Uh, yeah, my face is right in front of the. It's right in front of the silhouette. Let me fix that for you guys. Just a minute. Okay. And you guys can keep me asking me questions, and I would try to answer in the best way possible. There we go. Now you guys can see the silhouette of the character. Hopefully. Is that okay? All right. So that was I was talking about that. So I think I have like a nice silhouette for now. I'm gonna keep like pushing this and trying to make it look better. And okay, so let me put this back in here and lock that. Yeah, now we're good. I'm gonna do like this back plate in here so we can have more volume on the back. Yeah. I'm almost looking at I'm almost like only looking at the silhouette. I'm not concerned about this little gap that we have here on the mesh because I can easily, you know, fill that out after. So I'm really looking at the silhouette to create a nice design, or at least trying to. Yeah. So we can mirror that now. Yeah, now I like more that you know that S curve in here. I think that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, so Alex, as I was saying on the beginning of the live, I'm working on this short kind of short movie that has some, you know, droid characters and stuff. And I already have like this main character that is that one that is here on the screen right now. Yeah, and I'm trying to expand this world with more characters, and that's the character that I'm creating right now. It's going to be like a hunter droid or something like that, you know. And yes, I am using reference. I did like some I did some sketches. I'm not that good at drawing, but here on the top it's my sketch. I am a big fan of Metal Gear Solid, as you guys probably can see. Or I know that I want to create something with like solid foundation. So I'm trying to look for good reference, you know. And I'm going to create something like that. So that on the top it is my concept, my initial idea, and here is something that I'm going to try to capture, you know, from these other concepts. Yeah, I'm trying to create something on the lines of Apple City that I really enjoy. So yeah, let's see where this goes. Let me hide this in here. Okay, back to ZBrush. Yeah, yeah, I am. When I'm going to like deliver a job, if I use like a base mesh or something like that, well, if it is like something that I have to do and I have like a deadline to do it, I certainly use like base mesh. And yeah, but I don't have like any base mesh specific like that I use. Um, ZBrush also came like come with like a lot of base mesh that you can use, you know, like if you go to the lightbox, you have a bunch of base mesh in here, characters like base mesh for dogs, humans and anime heads. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm really liking this new base mesh that we have in here, like this male and female base mesh. So yeah, there's a lot to start with using only ZBrush, And I'm trying to stay as much as possible in ZBrush, especially when I'm creating something. So yeah, yeah, but I do use base mesh when I need it. So yeah, I'm just going to mark the hands in here. I can use like this sphere for that, like this. Just going to mark the position of the hand. And my idea is to create some nice hands, like cybernetic hands. I don't know yet. I will study that. We can kind of do like silhouette in here. Again, just trying to play around with the shapes. And actually that part is one of the best parts, is to create and play around, like if you were playing with clay very loosely and trying not to get attached to any shape or form. That way I can be more creative. All right. So Jeremias, yeah, most of the things that I learned by myself, on the internet and things like that. And yeah, I did class and take some course, along the way, and everything was great. I have the opportunity to learn with great artists, and we have some masters like from this craft here in Brazil, and I had the opportunity to learn from those guys, but more like workshop stuff. I didn't went for to schools or something like that, but I learned from some classes that I did, yeah, and a lot of workshops. But I think that now here in Brazil we kind of have we have some schools, more than we had before, and some of those schools are actually pretty good. If I keep like base mesh of hands, well, yeah, I don't keep any, but if I need to do like a hand, like if I'm doing like a study I'm trying to learn how to do it like a hand, I start from scratch because I'm studying that and I'm trying to understand how it works, you know? But if I'm doing like some work where the hand is not the goal, I'm trying to create other things, I can easily take like a hand base mesh in the same way that I take like a cylinder or a cube or any other primitive. I can take like a hand for instance and use that hand for to design my character. It doesn't matter. But if I'm doing like a study where I'm like spending a lot of time creating something, uh, usually I start from scratch in the same way that I'm doing with this character, like just using primitives. But yeah, I don't have like base mesh of hands. But again, there is if you go in the light box in ZBrush, there's a lot of base mesh in here with good topology that you can use to start sculpting. So yeah. Hi Fernando, how are you, man? My art station is Deryck.art. My Instagram, you can find me on with that name. All right. Yeah, but I learned a lot from the internet because when I was starting to do this, we didn't have a lot of class to go or schools. So that's why I learned from a lot of things from forums and stuff like that, from tutorials that other artists did. They most of the time they show their process, to how they did some work, and I learned a lot from those tutorials. That's why I've tried to create the same thing. I like to create videos to show things how I do and stuff like that, to give a little bit back for the community because yeah, I learn a lot from a lot of people, a lot of good artists. So yeah, but nowadays we have like a lot of workshops. It's easier to get information, and if you go to YouTube, you can like learn a lot of things. So yeah, I'm gonna mirror this hand for the other side. Uh, as you guys can see, it's like pretty rough. But as Wilson asked me, like if I have like base mesh of hands, I can easily put like a base mesh of a hand in here. The thing is that I don't want to do that because I really want to create something, and I don't want to get influenced by any previous form. So that way, I think I can create more with more freedom. Just trying to put the right points on the mesh. Yeah, the arm is kind of long, but I actually enjoy that. But I'm gonna change a little bit that. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the silhouette. If I like to play songs in the background when I'm sculpting, yeah, most of the times I'm listening to some podcast and listen to people, talking about something that I like, or art, or movies, or pop culture, or something like that, and then I just go, trying to keep the flow of the sculpting. Hello, Matt. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. So, if I think that the 3D world is saturated, yeah, I don't think it's saturated, but for sure we have a lot more people in it, you know. But yeah, I think you can jump into anything as long as you put your heart in it, you know. If you really want to do something, it doesn't matter how saturated the market it is. You should like go for it, you know. Put all your heart in that and go for it. Yeah, I don't think the market's saturated. I think like if you really study and you know put a lot of effort in what you're doing, I think you have a shot, you know. You are welcome, Wilson. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, man. So yeah, as I said, I think that I have like a nice silhouette in here. I'm just going to add one more thing that I think is going to be nice. So I'm going to insert like this sphere in here, and I'm going to place like this muscle in here, like that, going all the way back. You see how that add like a nice break to the silhouette in here? That's what I'm looking for. And I can mirror that like this. And doesn't matter that it got like merged in here. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm enjoying even more the silhouette. Now let's work a little bit. Since we have like almost all the body parts that we need to create the body, I think it's okay. I think we can go to the head. Uh, most people used to, start the model creating the head, and they do like this super elaborated head with a lot of details and stuff, and that's totally fine. But then they don't have like a body to see the whole thing, how it's going. And I used to do that as well, but now I like to create a little bit of the body, even if it is like a very, very blocked one. Then I can start and like jump to the head and start to messing around to create some nice design. So it's the fun part, right? So let's do it. And we don't need to get like go and like start to brushing and adding play brush. We can do that, but since we're doing like a mechanical thing, I think it's a good idea to use like primitives. So let's do that. I'm gonna insert like a cylinder in here. Yeah, something like that. And if it's too harsh like that, like too hard add, you can like use the Z modder and add like a bevel or something like that. You can do something like this just to add a little bit of form, and break a little bit the silhouette, like just a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna meet her again. And one thing that I really like to do is to get these little parts in here, like these ears, like bunny ears. So it's going to be something like this. I don't know if you guys ever watched Apple City, but that's something that I really enjoy. And I try to put that on my characters whenever I can. Yeah, it's going to be something like this. And I'm not worried about like the topology right now, so it doesn't matter if it get a little bit messy. I just want to get the overall idea that can change pretty quickly afterwards. Yeah, that's me her again. Yeah, I think we have like that's starting to go in somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but it's going. Yeah, thank you, Wilson. That's my goal in here is to create like a nice silhouette and try to study that and see how I can make this thing look better, you know? If I like to listen to things that have purpose to inspire me. Yeah. Yeah, with music, yeah. I like to listen to like good music. Yeah, I don't know if I can say good music, it's very subjective. But yeah, I like to listen to my music, the music that I like. But as I said before, most of the time I'm listening to podcasts or I'm doing like what you guys are doing right now. I'm watching other artists doing, their thing and learning a little bit of their techniques to see what I can implement. You guys can watch a lot of videos here on the ZBrush channel. There's a bunch of artists in here and they give a lot of tips. So I highly recommend you guys to subscribe to the channel and that way you guys won't miss a thing. And yeah, but music, that's what I like to hear that inspired me. Yeah, that's actually a good question, my friend. Hello, Teka one. So yeah, that's the thing, right? Um, how you can like develop the artistic part. Most part of the time, everyone is kind of concerned trying to learn the technical aspects of like everything. And there's so much to learn like in softwares and there's too much and people try to like embrace the world and learn like everything. For example, if you want to learn ZBrush, you don't need to learn everything that there is in the software because you know it's too much. But you should try to start with something and then start to building and creating. And about like developing the artistic aspect, I think that's the most difficult part. The technical part, you just have to sit down and study how it works. But the artistic part is something that you have to develop like yourself. It's difficult for you to go like on the internet and learn how to develop what you call, you know, what you like and so or something like that. You can like get inspiration and stuff, but I think that it has to come from inside, not outside. It's something that you put out. I think that's super difficult, and I'm trying to do that myself. That's why I'm trying to create my own characters and my own worlds. I also like to write, and I have my stories, and I try to build my own worlds and construct the things that I like the way that I think that's supposed to be. And of course, I have inspiration from other other stuff, but I think the most important part comes from inside. It's something that you have to put it out. It's difficult, for sure. It's difficult, and everyone is kind of doing the same thing, and you probably are going to try to do the same, and a lot of people do, that's totally fine. But if you want to create something different and that like outstanding stuff, outstanding work, that you need a little bit more effort, because you have to develop your artistic, um, you know, the artistic aspect of your work, and that takes time, and it's difficult. Most people, I don't know if most people actually want to do that, and that's also okay. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, podcasts are awesome. It's good to have, like, when you are working, or let's say when I am back before COVID, when I was at the studio and I was at my desk, and there was a lot of my friends, like behind me, in front of me, like my friends were like everywhere, and I could listen them talk, and that was good, just to so you hear someone talking about something. I think it's cool. And the podcasts are something like that, or that we are doing right now, where I'm here and scooped something and talking to you guys, and you guys are, again, I encourage you guys to be at your desk and like scooped something too while we are talking. That's the best way to practice it. Hello, Enrique. Yeah, ZBrush is awesome. I love it. Hello, Gavin. Yeah, I agree with you. You there is this thing, but you should try to surpass that. And don't try to not get stuck at the technicalities of the softwares that you're trying to use. For instance, if you're trying to learn a software, I think that the best way to learn is trying to construct something or create something on that software, and then you try to learn what you need for what you are doing, instead of trying to learn the whole software. And you say, okay, now I'm a master of that software. I know where is everything. I know what every function does. Yeah, I know everything about the software. But you didn't do like anything. So what's the point? You have to create something. That's the thing. So yeah, try to put something out, and try to do something, and try to learn what you need to create what you want. I think that's a good way to go. Yeah, it takes a lot of time and persistence. It's like, I said that before. A lot of people are in a hurry. They want to finish like everything. They want to get good, like, as soon as possible, and that's not how it works. It takes time, and you have to work a lot to get better at your craft. So it's not like a sprint racer. It's like a marathon. So you got to take your time. Take your time and, keep pushing. That's the secret. You just have to, sit down and keep pushing. Hello, that boy. Sorry, that boy. I didn't understand your question, man. If you can like reformulate that, I don't think I got. Thank you, George. Yeah, that's it, man. Let's scope together. Let's do that. And yeah, I want to see what you're doing. You can like post on Instagram and tag me. Tag me with that Deryck.art, and I want to see it after the stream. I want to see what your guys are doing. You can tag me in there. We can talk about art. Yeah, that's it. All right, so let's work a little bit more on the head of this character. Again, I'm gonna add more primitives to this. Insert sphere. And I'm going to try to look for a nice shape in here. Yeah, don't forget to turn on the symmetry if you want to do something like that. Yeah, now that I put that in place, I need to move this part a little bit further from each other, like this. We can use a little bit of flatten to create some nice clean areas. No, we can do that. And one thing that I imagined is that this character has to he needs like a bigger neck than this. I'm gonna move that. So I'm gonna use that function where I can lock more than one piece together so I can move those things together like this. And maybe make the head a little bit smaller so the character looks bigger. You know, something like this. Yeah. Hello, Papa Wrinkle. If I am a game artist, well, I actually work at a game company, but I work on the cinematic division. But yeah, I do. I also do game art. I love game art. It's probably the whole reason why I'm working with that. It's because of games. So yeah, I'm also like a game artist. I know the techniques to do that work, and I'm working at the gaming company. So yeah. Yeah, it's actually a personal short that I'm working on, and that character is going to be like a hunter droid that are going to be hunting the main character. Let me save the work again. All right. Yeah, Wilson, I love that game, man. Metal Gear Rising is so cool and so different from Metal Gear Solid, and Yeah, I really enjoyed that game. I wish we had like a sequel for that one. And I know what character you're talking about. Uh, yeah, actually that's a good reference, and I'm going to look for that, and I'm going to add that for to my reference board. I'm gonna show the reference board again to you guys, so you guys can see to where I'm going, what I'm looking at. Yeah, I will definitely add this character to this board. Thank you for this tip. Yeah, great tip. Hi, see, yeah, I do have. You can look for me in Deryck.art. That's my tag on Instagram, ArtStation, everywhere. You can search me there, add me, and we can talk about art. Yeah. So how do I go about balance my work personally? I'm really struggling to do that while also working full time. Yeah, tell me about it. Um, do you just try to aim for part jobs to be able? Yeah, I also work a full-time job, and I try my best to do my personal work, and I really like my job, what I do like daily, my daytime. But I try to get up early and work on my stuff, work on my projects. I try to create as I said, my own world, my own characters, and I try to invest time on that. Yeah, it's actually difficult to create personal work when you are working a full time job, but you have to do it if you want to. It's different to work to someone and to work for yourself, I for instance, when I was a child, I did like I created a lot of things, for myself, things that I liked, things that I saw on TV, and I create my own characters. And then as I was getting older, I started working to other people, and I started working on their projects, working doing their thing, and that was great. I learned a lot, and it was like super fun. But I also feel the need to create my own stuff. So yeah, I work like a full-time job, and most of the times, a few hours before I start work, I do some stuff for myself, and then after work, I try to also create some stuff for myself as my teaser, or I try to write my characters. I try to write stories. I try to, create. Yeah, it's not easy to do that, but yeah, we should try to do. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I know this character, Cobalt, from Unreal Tournament. I played Unreal Tournament back in the day, but I'm not. I can't remember this character. But I will look for it, and also if it's something that I enjoy it, I will put on my reference board for sure. Yeah, yeah, it's difficult, man, but you have to try. You have to keep pushing. I'm gonna add like some neck muscles in here because I think it's going to give like a nice break on the silhouette. Let's see how that's going to look. Yeah. Okay, I have the subtools turned on. Now it's working. So instead of using this sphere, delete that, and I'm gonna use the cylinder. I could use the same one as that. I would just duplicate it like this. Yeah. I'm going to scale this down a little bit. Do like this. Too much. Yeah. In the end, I will try to create like some like fiber muscles like over this armature. I think will look nice. Yeah, I already like that. So let's mirror, and we can do something like this. All right. So I can make this part a little bit bigger, like this, right? Yeah. What's my favorite artist? Well, that's that that's a good question. I have a bunch of favorite artists, but I have to say that Michelangelo is I think it's one of my favorite artists, because of everything that he did and how he did it and what that he created, it's super impressive, and what the work that he did inspired a lot of other artists. So I think that's a good thing. I think that for that reason, he's probably the artist that I enjoy the most, But yeah, you can see like on all of his work, there's a lot of passion. Yeah, I think Michelangelo is the one. Yeah, I really enjoy Metal Gear. It's I think it's my favorite saga of all time. For me, right? That's something that I like. I'm gonna add like this a collarbone in here. Again, I'm gonna use the same cylinder. I will just duplicate it like this. Okay, so I can scale it down like this. And I can add like a little bit of form to it, like this. In the end, I think I will have like a very visible metal plate in here, something like this. Yeah. Right. Let's get back to the headpiece. So yeah. Hello, Leon. Leon William. New Zealand. Yeah, that's a beautiful place. I really want to go there. sometime. Hopefully, I will be able to go after the pandemics. Beautiful place. Hi, Anima de Jesus. If I'm gonna use like Dynamesh to put everything together, yeah, probably. So this is going to be just a blockout. So after that, I'm going to reconstruct the parts, like the mechanical parts and hard surface parts and stuff like that. I will probably, yeah, I will probably use like a Dynamesh. Since I'm doing like this short movie, like this short film, uh, I'm doing all the animations using Mixamo. It's like this app that you can load your model in there and see how it is looking like an animated and stuff like that. This teaser film that I did, I use animations from Mixamo, and I can, after I finish in here, after I have like the final silhouette the way that I want, I can generate a mesh and like with Dynamesh and stuff. And after I after I do like the Dynamesh, I can generate uh, like a decimated version of that silhouette. It doesn't matter that looks like that, very simplistic right now. But I can generate a decimated version of that Dynamesh, and I can already use it at Mixamo to see how it's going to behave like on a pose or on a certain movement, and that way I can, if I want, I can make adjustments pretty quickly on that base mesh, and after that I can do it the process again and see how it's going, how it's looking like animated. So yeah, it's not like a straightforward process. I come and go like from like trying to find the silhouette, testing to see if the model is working like an animated version. That process that I'm using to create this short movie. So yeah. So, so yeah, I'm gonna play around now a little bit with the design of the helmet or the head of that character. For that, I'm gonna use so ZBrush has this new brush that's called it's a mask brush. It's called a mesh projected mesh project. So now whenever I press the control key, my brush changes from like the normal brush to a mask brush, and with that brush I can create like some shapes like this. And I actually designed this helmet using that technique uh, of that mask brush. So I'm gonna try to do something similar in here. Try to create something cool. Yeah, let's try like a cool shape in here. Yeah, something like this. I'm gonna turn off the lazy mouse so I can have more precise shapes like this. Yeah. So let's try some stuff in here. So it doesn't matter that it's like a mess right now. I'm not too worried about that. I'm just trying to play around with some silhouette right now. Yeah, do something like this. I can keep I can keep pushing this technique to create some volume on my helmet. I'm just exploring some things. I'm gonna try to put this piece a bit higher. To see what happens. Yeah, I think it's better that way. Yeah, that's nice to hear, Wilson. I hope you I hope I'm helping some way. And I can take this that part in here and I can give like a Dynamesh and flatten the parts. So I'm also going to join this part to the party like this. This up. I'm gonna merge this down. Yeah, so I have something like this. I just did like a Dynamesh again to have a solid mesh. And I can use the flat button, like the flat brush to play around with the shapes again. Like this. And I really like that cut in here, like this. So again, that's the fun part. That's the time for to play around and experiment like with all the ideas that you might have. Because when you have like a very final model, it's very difficult to make a change to the model. Once you are committed to the model on a certain level, it's very difficult for you to go back and change something on the design, even if you know that's going to make the model looks better. So it's a nice thing if you are create something or if you are designing something. It's nice to stay a little bit on that stage, to play around with the shapes, to play around with the form, to not to get like you're probably not going to get like the perfect shape on the first try, but yeah, I think that's the most fun part of the process, is to design and trying to find something that works the way that you thought it would be. And again, I can keep using that brush to create volume to my character, but that this time is going to be like very clean because the superficie is super flat, so I can use that on my advantage. I can use polygroup in here. If you guys have any question, you guys can talk to me on the chat. And again, if you guys are doing something right now while you're listening to me, you can tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you guys are working on, to see what you guys are building. So yeah, feel free to do so. Just and the same thing for the body applies to the head. I can play around with the silhouette and try to find something that looks interesting. Yeah, now it worked. Yeah, I am 29 right now, and I have almost 15 years, yeah, 10 years plus, almost 15 years of experience. I start pretty young um, on this journey, so Yeah, I am almost 15 years doing this. Yeah, I was at school when I started 3D. We didn't have a lot back then or content, so but it was fun. So I'll keep looking to my silhouette. And now I think like we have like a very skinny neck. So I'm missing something here. And I'm gonna fix that right now. Just duplicate this part again. Yeah. Now I can take this part and move it forward like this. Yeah, I'm still missing some kind of nosy aspect on his face. So I'm gonna try to create something, you know, to to fill that gap in here. Let's see. Again, we can use this mask brush to generate shapes, and it's amazing. It's one of my favorite adds to the newest version of ZBrush. Yeah, I didn't like too much of this piece. I'm gonna need to work a little bit on that. So I just dynamesh everything again. So now I think that I need to lower this. Bit. Then I mesh it again. Yeah. Yeah, Silas. 15. It's actually not that much if you think about it. It's actually not that much. So, yeah, I'm not quite happy with that part yet. No, I'm gonna try to. Now it's kind of looking like like goggles. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I want to have a different feeling here. So I'm gonna try that. Yeah. I want to have like kind of a bony structure. So let's see. Take this. Almost like a school mask. Yeah. So hello. It's hard surface modeling difficult in ZBrush. Well, I, I don't think it is. Like not anymore. We have like a lot of different tools now to create a hard surface. So I think we can create some cool stuff. There's a lot of different brush that you can use to create hard surface on a very practical way. And yeah, no, I don't think it's difficult. You just have to practice this, you know, your hard surface skills. But I don't think it's that difficult. So the head was getting like too big for his own sake. So I scaled it down a little bit to fix the proportions. See, it looks, I think it looks better now. And especially on the silhouette, the head was too big. And I want the, you know, whoever is watching, I want that to feel that the character is actually tall and scary. So I need to make the head a little bit smaller for that. And the shoulders need to be a little bit bulked. think that's looking better. I think it's working on the side view. Just need to find something for the eyes and stuff. I'm not that happy with that resolution that we have in here. I think we need to change a little bit the form. I don't know if he exactly need like an eye since he is a droid or a robot. I'm gonna try something here. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm gonna use again ZModeler, which I love, by the way. I think it's a great tool. And I'm gonna bevel this edge pretty quickly like this. Yeah. Yeah. Now I think we have something nicer. Try to add like a cannon here. Like this. Yeah. And we can pretty quickly send this back. Let me turn on the laser mouse. Yeah. Yeah, I like that more. So yeah. Aliens, so it could be different to us. Yeah, it's not like a human character. Trying to create something, you know, kind of uh kind of different. I don't know if it's possible to create something different for from what we already have in there. Since I'm looking for a bunch of reference and things that I like. But yeah, it doesn't need to look human, you know. That's like a full droid. It's not like human. Like this character, for instance, he is like a human character, and like he's clearly he is like a human with a helmet, right? So I need to maintain certain features to like you look at this and you know that like it's a human behind the mask. But on the case of that design in here, yeah, I want to be like it has two legs and two arms and stuff, but on the final product, I want to be like robust and like a machine. You know that's something that is going to kill you. So yeah. What do you mean by eyes in the jaw? Like I don't get that. Yeah, I think we are getting somewhere right now. So I will keep pushing this design forward. I like that. I think that's going to work the way it should. And after like we have like the design that we want, I can like on the cleanup stage I can put more plates and stuff like that and make the design a little bit more complex, right? With cuts and like little different plates on the head like this. We can do like all kind of details and stuff like this and do some cuts. And we can perfect like make the design a little bit better by creating the hard parts, but I just like to do that once I'm happy with the result. Yeah, I know that's going somewhere, so I can start making some cuts and I can clean up a little bit like this. Same thing here. Can do stuff like this and make it feel like the pieces are separated. I think that's a good thing to think about it when you're creating mechs and stuff like this. To give the illusion that there is a bunch of different parts like that connected that they make the form like this. Yeah. So again, that's very sketchy and very kind of trying to look for the design and the silhouette especially. And since we have like a very very low model, we can mess around with the shapes, like playing with something like that. You can. I want the shape to have more like this shape, and we can play with that. Since the mesh is so low, we can do stuff like this. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that design. And I know he's looking like skinny right now, but once I lay down the muscles over the that armature, he's going to look a lot more bulkier than he actually is. So, yeah. Oh, okay. I now I get what you mean. Like a bunch of like head cams on where's the mouth. Yeah, it could be something. That could definitely be something. Hey, Eternion. Yeah, it depends. Like when I was doing this short movie, this teaser film, my idea was to create something really quickly like a real, like a scat video, not like just a scat model. But I was trying to, get familiar with the new tools like the Mesh Project and all the others that we have here, Mesh Extrude, Mesh Balloon, and stuff like this. And those tools are great to, to concept and design. This entire model was created like that from, from I I actually use like a base mesh, a human base mesh for that, and then I start using this mesh balloon over to create this cloth and this, the shoes and the helmets and stuff like that. And then if you look here, it's all the same mesh. It's the same mesh. It's everything like is Dynamesh together. And then I create this lower version using Decimation Master, and I also have my UVs to this model. So I think if I open my UVs in here, yeah, I don't have on this one. But what I did, I went to the Z plugins and I used the UV Master. Then I sent that to Substance Painter to create the texture and stuff. You guys can see these models on my Instagram, or you guys can also see that on ZBrush Central. There is a thread in there with like everything explained. Yeah, in that case, everything is mesh is merged together. It's one single thing. But if you look like on the teaser, you almost cannot see, the difference between like a full character and a merged one. So, or what I was doing here was just create this teaser just to this character. I think the work is just the way that I want. Yeah, that's not going to be the case for this new character that I'm working on right now, and I will keep working on this character on next week. So I hope to see you guys next week too. But yeah, this one is going to be different. I will try to produce like a production model for this one. So I will do like this sketch, this concept art, like this concept 3D model, and then I'm going to start to clean up, and I will do like the whole topology. I will do like in ZBrush using Z Remesher and Z Modeler. It's totally possible to create a clean topology for a character here in ZBrush, and I will do that, and I will show you guys if you guys want to see it. So it's going to be like that. I'm going to take this. I'm going to aprimorate a little bit more and elaborate more on this concept, this 3D concept. After I have the 3D concept, I will create like a good topology mesh using ZModeler and ZRemesher and things like that. I will open the UVs and stuff, everything here on ZBrush. And then I can go to other software to do the textures and things like that. And the final product will be in Unreal Engine. So yeah, the teaser that I just showed you guys was fully rendered on Unreal Engine, and the model was sent directed from ZBrush to there. I did the model in there and here, opened the UVs and sent to the engine. But again, that was not a production. That was just like a concept video. Everything in there is kind of a mess. But in this case in here, for this character, for the full short movie that I'm working on, I'm gonna create the full model with good topology and hopefully good UVs too. Okay, and yeah, you guys will be able to watch that. I will continue to work on this model on the next week. Let me save that. All right, model saved. So we are almost out of time in here. So let me see what you guys are talking here. Hello, Felipe Fontoura. How are you, my friend? Hi, Michael. You are hyped? Yeah, that's good. Hope I can, you know, deliver what you're expecting. Yes, once that I put the hard ads, the whole thing start to look more sharp and more defined, and start to look more like a Mac or something like that, like a Droid or something like that. But I'm not in a hurry to do that, and you guys also should not do when you are doing your own stuff. Take your time doing, what you're doing. Try to play around, and most important, that a lot of people forget to do it. When you're doing something for you, like personal projects and stuff like that, you should have fun. You should you should enjoy yourself and create something that makes you happy. And I don't think that a lot of people do that. A lot of people are super tense when they are doing or create something. And yeah, enjoy this part of the process, especially on the beginning. Try to play around as you would probably do when you were a kid. But now you are worried about a bunch of different things. Try not to do that while we are sculpting. Try to free your mind, listen to some podcasts or listen to your music, and no, take it easy on you, and keep pushing. That's the thing. Where did I did the topology? Yeah, I for this teaser film that I just show you guys, that the topology was done on ZBrush. It's not like a clean topology. It is like a decimated version of the model, very low decimated version with very few triangles, and I use that mesh with open UVs. I send it to Mixamo, put some animation in that, and then send to Unreal, and I render it on Unreal. So no Maya for that model, and I will probably not use Maya for that one too. We would probably do everything here on ZBrush using ZModeler and ZRemesher and all these techniques. You guys should stay put to see it. Thank you, Wilson. Yeah, I'm working on the head. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to look good. Hopefully. Yeah. Thank you, Diego. Thank you, man. Yeah. Next week. I hope to see you in here. Thank you, Eternion. Thank you. Yeah. If I do renders on ZBrush, yeah, sometimes I do renders on ZBrush, but most of the time I use third-party softwares like V-Ray and things like that to render my models. it's it's the workflow that I use at on my work, like when I'm working on the studio. So I tend to use that on some of my personal projects too. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you very much for staying here and watching me and talking to me, and it was a great experience. And I will be here next week on this channel. There is a lot of other artists streaming and showing a lot of different techniques, so you guys should watch them and subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications to see when those guys are. Yeah, that model it's crazy good to see when those guys are streaming. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, and you guys can also follow me on my social media. Just look for me on Deryck.art. And one thing that I'm going to do to kind of documentate this process that we are doing here, I will create a thread on ZBrush Central. I will do this right after the stream. I will create a thread in there. So if you guys want to talk to me or ask something, I will put everything in there, like screens of the models, and yeah, maybe I even share the ZTL with you guys, so you guys can open on your computer if you want, and turn around and see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna put everything in there. So yeah, the material that I'm using, the reference that I'm using, everything. And if you guys want to ask questions about it, you guys can go to the thread on ZBrush Central that I'm gonna create. The name is going to be Digital Marathon, and yeah, you guys can talk to me in there as well. You guys can talk to me on Twitter and Instagram and ArtStation, whatever you guys want. All right. So thank you very much for coming here. And yeah, it was a pleasure. I will see you guys next week. All right. Ciao.